Okay, so we just had some vocab about inequalities. Let's go ahead and solve an inequality. We will follow all of our solving steps that we do with equations when we solve inequalities. You'll notice right here, we have a greater than or equal to symbol instead of an equal sign. But we've got an x here, we've got an x here. We're going to do some solving and get that x alone on that side of the inequality. So first, let's go ahead and distribute that -4. -4 times 3x is a -12x. I'm not going to write down plus or minus after the -12x because I don't know if the product will be positive or negative. So I go up here and I say, all right, now there's a -4 times a -1. So negative times negative is positive. So I'm going to say plus, +4. We don't distribute to this plus 6x. That just carries down. And carry down your greater than or equal to 16. All right, we have 1, 2, 3 terms on the left side of our inequality. That means there's going to be some like terms to combine. It's going to be these values with x. So what is -12x plus 6x? -12 plus 6 is -6, and the x comes along with that. I will carry down the +4 is greater than or equal to 16. Now you have a two-step equation. Remember, what is connected to your variable goes last, so we're going to deal with that +4. The opposite of adding 4 is subtracting 4. -6x is greater than or equal to 12, and then we divide both sides by a negative number. All right, this is very, very important. When you divide, and this works with multiplication as well, when you divide or multiply both sides of an inequality by a negative number, so I'm dividing by a negative right here, it is going to flip the inequality. So instead of x being greater than or equal to, x is less than or equal to. And then you just do the math on the right side. 12 divided by -6 is -2. Okay, I want you to put that in your notes. So let me type that in for you real quick. Okay, so there we have that written in our notes with a big star to draw our attention so we remember. It's the easiest thing to forget, you guys, when you are working with inequalities. So you have to constantly ask yourself, did I just divide by a negative number? Did I just multiply by a negative number? That's when you're going to flip the sign or the inequality. Actually, I wish I had written inequality. I'm just going to change that real quick. Flip the inequality. And the inequality is the greater than or less than symbol. Okay, so we solved the inequality. All the x's that are less than or equal to -2, if you plug them into this inequality that we started with, you would have a true solution. They are all solutions. So like -3, -4, -5, -100, -1,000,000, -5,000,000, and blah, 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 whatever. All of those solutions would give you a true statement when plugged back into this. So how can we represent that visually? We are going to graph this on a number line. So number lines, if you remember, looks like this. Maybe it's been a while. X is less than or equal to -2. So the way that I like you guys to do number lines is go ahead and give me that -2 in the middle. And I do like to know the numbers on either side so you know the relative position of where this is. So here you would have a -1. If you had it to the left, you'd have a -3. Sometimes it's nice to see where 0 shows up, but we have x is less than or equal to -2. So less than or equal to. We get that or equal to symbol. We're going to have a closed circle at -2. That means that's included in our solution. And we want all of the x's that are less than or equal to -2. So less than, all the numbers, -3 is less than, -4, and on and on and on. Put an arrow on the end. This is shading. We call this kind of shading. We are shading everything to the left of the -2 because all of your x's are less than or equal to -2. So anything that has a closed circle or shading is a solution to this inequality.